Day 257 of Rain on the Weekends will
Yeah.
now commence. Hey everybody, it's Liquor Talking right here. I'm Ryan Maloney, your host, and joined as always, the incomparable, the one, the only, thank God, Randall J. Bird, spirits medium to the gods.
It's a good thing that it's raining because there's a fantastic event this afternoon.
Well, that's the thing is, and like we always say, the weather is always perfect inside a liquor store.
That's right. And so if you're into gins and
If you're into
rum
pina coladas and
and
getting caught in the rain,
yeah,
come to Julio's Liquors for the GinRummy.
yeah.
2 to 3:30 today.
So I know that it's like always a downside, but like if it was super sunny and super great beach weather, there would be like a tumble rolling through here. Yeah.
Everybody would come in yesterday, bought everything they need, and they'd be out. But
Wow.
so we have this event going on 2 to 3:30 today. It's $10. You get it back in a gift card, and you can bring a friend for free. So there's no excuse. It's like 35 tables, I think, of gins and rums here. And plus, we're extending our Friday the 13th. Yesterday was Friday the 13th. We're just extending our Friday the 13th sale on to today. So there's like let's see, there's 20% off 10 or more bottles of 700, 750 wines, and 2 or more 700 or 750 bottles of spirits will get you 15% off. So there's plus there's some other stuff. Come in for all the details here. I'll hand you those so you guys have them.
Is it Jason wine? Oh no,
It's not just it's Josh wine. There we go. But our big sale, the Daz and Grad stuff is still going on. We have the big Daz and Grad sale going on, so it's a really good time to come in here. You got to buy your dad a present. You know you're the reason he drinks anyways. So you really should come in here and get him something for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You just mentioned wine.
I know.
And then,
what a segue.
like a ray of sunshine.
He makes his way.
El Rey.
Our ray of sunshine.
Right.
El
On this
Rey.
cloudy, rainy day.
Of course, Ray's going to bring us. There we go.
Yeah.
Wine of the week. All right, Ray.
All right.
Enough with that nonsense. We know what we're doing now. All right, Ray. What is the wine of the week in this 13th week of rain on Saturday?
Well, a great segue by you, Ryan. Dads and grads, and I picked out a wine for dad.
All right.
So
Your dad, you grads, you're on your own now. Make your way in the world.
High school grad
Yeah.
doesn't
matter.
Doesn't
If you're a college grad, you're on your own now.
exactly.
Move on. Go ahead.
So
What do you got?
today, I thought we'd show a Valpolicella from the Veneto region in Italy.
Okay.
Only this is a little different. This is what they call a Valpolicella Ripasso, which in Italian means repass. A lot of people would consider this wine.
Isn't that what you do, Randall? Sometimes you eat too many beans, you repass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so.
So a lot of people would consider this a baby Amarone because it's almost in the Amarone style.
Oh, okay.
So what they're doing, they're using the spent grapes from the Amarone and they repass and do a second fermentation. So what happens, the Valpolicella, which generally is a lighter bodied red wine, here, the wine, because of this process, it becomes very concentrated, very intense, a lot of richness to it and complexity. And for me, it's a phenomenal bottle of wine. In fact, with our sale that we're doing, I took advantage of the sale and I put this in my box as well. One of my favorite.
Ray's cherry picking everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you know.
Absolutely. So what do we have here in this kind of wine? Well, you guys have some in your glass.
All right.
And basically the aromatic.
Wow, the
here,
nose on this is insane.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like this cinnamon in that nose.
Yeah, you get the spice. You
Right?
get the spice, baking spices, of course.
Wow.
So on the nose, very aromatic, as you just said. You're going to pick up some plum, some black cherry, some chocolate.
I need a charcuterie board. Why when I drank that, I
Yes.
thought I needed a charcuterie
Yeah,
board.
yeah.
Right?
Where is it?
I don't have,
Oh.
don't have one. I still all of a sudden I drank the wine. It's too late now, Randall.
All right.
I didn't want to mention this because I know how how Randall feels about this, but what a great compliment to like a mushroom risotto or an ossobuco. And
Randall likes food. You're
Right.
under a misconception that there would be like Randall has. You're under the misconception that there's food that Randall does not like.
No, I'm just
No,
saying,
no.
if you're
No,
going
no.
to mention that, you should give me an example.
You
so I
have
can
to have
test
it, right?
Yes,
And
Yes.
see.
He expects you to have that. You know what's great about this, Ray? This is a really full-bodied, really depth, rich wine.
Yes.
And the problem is, I don't think a lot of people know about Valpolicella. And most people, if you're an old guy like me, the only thing you can think of like Valpolicella and stuff like that would be like the old Bola, right? Which was this light, thin Italian wine, which was it was quaffing wine. It wasn't it's like what we call table wine, but there wasn't a lot to it. This is a completely different beast.
So for anybody concerned about, what this is comprised of, basically it's Corvina grape, but there's also another clone of Corvina called Corvignon.
Corvignon.
Yeah, and Rondinella is another grape as well that they blend with it. All these grapes do is give it some added color, some more structure, more tannin. So unlike a regular Valpolicella, this has a propensity to age beautifully. And again, the richness, the elegance.
Hence that baby Barolo sort of.
Amarone.
Oh, Amarone. Yeah, you get that Amarone.
Yeah. So, So
this is real. What do you think of this one, Randall? This is a bigger style wine for you.
I mean, this is big. It's flavorful. The alcohol content, is that a little bit higher than normal?
It is. It is higher than yes.
If you're into upcycling, because they're reusing those grapes, right?
Yeah.
This
hits all those buttons.
Yeah.
It's really good. I like it. Yeah. What's the price point on this one?
So this is Basola, Valpolicella, Rapasso. It is $29.99.
Okay.
But
all right.
But we're doing a sale today. Any 10 bottles, 20% discount. This is included.
So if you mix that in, you get 20% off.
You get 20% off.
Not bad.
And I've always associated with like red wines with like vampires. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
But Michael Corvino was the werewolf in Underworld. So
there you go.
Saying it's his grape varietal is more of the.
Well, that's Michael Corvino. This is Corvina.
Oh, okay.
Randall was trying to. Randall originally in his head was trying to tie this to some sort of mafia, like the Godfather movies, and he couldn't get that one in, so we went for the vampire
Underworld, one of the underrated sagas.
It is actually a very good underrated saga.
Yeah,
Johnny from the back. I love the Underworld. John's over there today, by the way. Just I know Ray. I know you're gonna go back upstairs because you got a big sale going on, but John has got the blender loaded up. He's got stuff ready to go today.
Yeah, wow.
It's gonna be one of those days. I say, John, you got to pull back.
There's nothing more satisfying
than
than sitting at a distance and watching somebody work feverishly.
Yes,
to get something done.
That's your dream job.
Yeah,
is to watch somebody else work. Is it not?
Yeah.
Ray's gonna go upstairs. Oh, there goes the blender.
There's the blender.
Now you know it's a party. All right, so come down here.
Thank you for sharing that. Repeat again, sign of what this is and what the price is, and I think that's pretty delicious stuff.
So 2019 vintage Basola, Valpolicella, Rapasso.
Okay.
$29.99. It is part of our 10 bottle mix of 20% discount. But since this is the wine of the week, by itself, it would be 20% as well.
Oh, really?
So,
oh, okay. Well, either way, there you go.
So, yeah.
All right. So it's not 40, it's 20. Before everybody goes, 20 plus 20 is 40. It's not. I will tell you, though, there is a couple different things coming up in the wine department that I should make everybody aware of. There's an Italian wine on Thursday, June 19th, downstairs in the Metro. We're going to do Italian wine professional from Winebow Imports, and they're doing a bunch of stuff. It's $10, but you get it back in a gift card, and you can bring a friend of yours for free. Go to juliosliquors.com, look under tastings and events and find that, and look at that one. And it was just announced this week. And I think this is really cool because Johnny already said he's going to be part of this. I love that John is getting suckered into, I mean, recruited into doing some of these other things. On June 26th, that's another Thursday, June 26th, downstairs, they're doing a Midsummer's Wine Dream, a Shakespearean wine tasting event. So I'll have more information about what that entails, but John is going to be doing a wine-based cocktail for that event. So keep in mind.
He's bringing out his Ren Fair
I believe he is bringing out,
top.
what is his cod piece?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that he's going to do that too.
His Henry the Eighth or whatever.
Pretending he doesn't even hear us. He'll start running the blender in a second. All right,
Well,
Ray.
thank you, Ray.
Thank you so much,
bringing
Ray.
Something to us, and that'll be upstairs for you to taste some people on later today, or
Yes. One other thing, I'm doing this along with 4 other wines. I have a customer coming in, so I'll have 5 wines open. Come see me. You can taste it. To be 3 whites and 2 reds. This will be one of them.
All right.
Cool. Thanks, Ray.
It's the liquor
Thank you.
talking. Thank you, Ray, and we'll be back with more after this commercial break. Please stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do some other stuff. What do you know? Oh, there goes the blender again. Blender, take us out. What'd you say? I love that he's doing the blender. I love that he's doing the
All
blender.
right.
All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to today. We had a lot of cool stuff. I went to the Red Sox game last night.
Yeah.
Great,
Playing the baseball.
Great game. I didn't play the baseball, but I took my daughters and my niece to the baseball game. They had extra innings last night. It was fantastic. It was a pullout win. The had 1-0 the entire game. One of the Yankees, I'm not even going to mention his name because I know the Yankees fans would love that I mention his name. Hit a home run, tied up the game. We ended up into extra innings.
Daryl Strawberry.
Yeah, it was Daryl Strawberry. How did you know? He's for the Mets, anyways.
Oh, I don't even know.
But anyways, well, the Red Sox win it in the 10th. So 2-1, beat the Yankees, which is always a good day. They may be first in the standings and we may be last, but when you can pull out a win like that, get it wins.
And that's also happening again. This is a little series.
It's a series, yeah. They're playing
they've
tonight.
got another couple games with the Yankees.
Yeah, so I think it's against all hopes that they'd sweep this thing, but
you were there for the win.
Yeah, well, they might have to have me back, just to make sure that that's the deciding factor. I saw the beverage whisperer himself, Kenny, was there last night too. I saw him at the game. I said hi to him. He's got a lot of work today, so he said he had a lot of work today. Yeah. So he's probably not gonna pop us with his presence.
He's the
today.
busiest whisperer that I know.
Well, sometimes you have to repeat things because you whisper.
Yeah.
Do you want to try something else?
Yeah.
You want some whiskey? What do you want?
Yeah, let's do
something. That's where in commercial.
There's a giant fever tree box sitting in front of us. I think that's going to happen a little bit later.
No, it is.
But is there a question that we want to set up for the drink of the show?
Okay, so I have a question for the question of the show. All right. Would you like I'm going to give you the choice of what you want. Would you like a rum question or a gin question? I'm going to give you the option. Johnny can chime in on this too.
These are tricky because I'm a whiskey person, but let's go with rum.
You want rum? You want a rum question?
Yeah, but there's
Johnny?
more weird things that you can ask about rum.
Yeah, I know there is. That was the mistake you just did. But anyways, all right, I'll put that one aside. I have the question of the show now, and I will let you know it's going to be about rum.
Okay.
So if you want to do some quick thinking,
yeah,
good luck with that one.
Well,
I've seen you think on a normal basis.
Has over the last 10, 15 years, we've always predicted that rum was going to pop because it's got so many interesting things, but not a lot of legal rules to it. That's changing.
That is changing. A lot of that stuff is changing.
It still is a little bit more of the Wild West of people can do all sorts of fun stuff with it. And yeah, you're pouring me a little sample.
I'll pour some. I have Aiden's over there. Aiden, you want to try some? Would you do me a favor if you're going to try some? Would you give that to Johnny? All right, so he can try it. All right,
so if you like rums and gins today.
Yeah, I gotta say, well, today is National Bourbon Day.
Oh, really?
So I figured we'd taste a bourbon. Tumbling Dice. This is our new Tumbling Dice that's coming out. It is a 7-year-old bourbon. It is 118.8. Try that one. And it's called 43 Il Fini, which is a gambling term. If you didn't know it.
I don't.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah. That's not a gamble. If you're buying
no, it's really good. That's coming in later this summer. So keep an eye out for that one. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you can't hear me. That's because Johnny's running the blender. And we're back at It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And it's Gin and Rum Day here at Julio's. It's also National Bourbon Day, so we always do gin rummy on the day before Father's Day. So we all get into that gin and rum mood.
Yeah.
And Johnny's making
Well, it
us some
kind of
drinks.
happens early enough in the summer that those are two
Yeah.
mega summer drinks. You got your gin and tonic, which is
Oh, yeah,
like a
absolutely.
classic, and then all the rum-based drinks, especially with pina coladas and specialty summer
This is what
types of
Johnny's
things.
making.
Yeah, so he's over there working away.
Yeah, so I think that's what he's making.
So launching summer, but also Father's Day, and some great gift ideas and things for that. So yeah.
That's right. That's right. We try to set you up summer. But day before Mother's Day, we do tequila and rosé wines, and the day before Father's Day, we do gins and rums. So you get through those two events, you're pretty much set for the summer.
Right.
And if you went to the summer wine festival last week, which was fantastic, by the way, the wine department did a great job on that. You could have your summer wines too. So
wasn't that a 70s band, Summer Wine?
were they rock? Were they?
I don't know.
Was that rock?
I don't think that's
yacht
accurate.
rock. All right. You ready to do the? You want to do the larceny question of the show?
Yes.
All right. So during the break, I gave you a choice. You could do either a gin question or a rum question.
And I mistakenly picked rum, which can be much harder categorically.
Yes, it can be.
But let's go with it.
All right. So the larceny question of the show today.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. Johnny's coming over. We'll wait for Johnny.
Thank you. It's like Saved by the Bell,
It's
at
me
school.
Saved by the Bell.
The
Thanks, John.
Arrived just in time.
Look at this thing.
Although nothing for me.
You didn't get anything.
Yeah.
That's just the way it's supposed to happen. All right. Johnny's coming over with we have these are your famous pina coladas. All right. No, let's do this. We'll talk about this. We're back on. We'll do you ready for the question of the show? All right.
All right.
All right. You ready? This is the larceny question of the show. We're going to finally get to it. What well-known rum producer had to move its operations from Cuba to the Bahamas after the Cuban Revolution? What well-known rum producer had to move its operations from Cuba to the Bahamas after the Cuban Revolution? Do you want me to give you some?
I think I know, but I'm not entirely.
You want me to give you some?
The move, but let's hear what they're saying, because I thought it was Puerto Rico.
A is Tanduay. B was is Captain Morgan. C is Bacardi, and D is Mount Gay. So which well-known rum producer had to move its operations from Cuba to the Bahamas?
Barbados.
My initial instinct was Bacardi.
I know Bacardi had a big move, but I thought it was to Puerto Rico. And
That's
Captain Morgan is a created brand, and the other one that's not well known at all.
Captain Morgan's is Puerto Rico.
I don't know. I'm waiting for your answer. I think this is a trick question.
I think it is a trick question, because I'm going to say Bacardi, because I think Mount Gay is in Barbados.
Mount Gay is in Barbados. I'll let you know that.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Bacardi.
All right. Yep. Johnny, you on the same thing? All right.
Yep.
Sean's already drinking the pina colada.
Yeah.
All right. It is of course C Bacardi, but I believe you are correct that what happened is I believe they moved to the Bahamas and then end up in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Well, we'll check. We'll have to fact check that one, but
And by design, I don't think Captain Morgan has a spiritual location.
as far as I know, by the way, they may be up for sale.
Bacardi.
Yeah, no, Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan.
Diageo is doing sort of a restruct, and I know they are looking at actually selling off some of their brands, and I believe Captain Morgan is in that portfolio. And not many people know this, and I'm probably going to get in trouble saying this because the agents of Bacardi will hunt me down. Is that Captain Morgan changed their formula a while ago, and they changed their packaging also, and I don't think anybody really noticed. And so, which is good. I mean, it's like new Coke, old Coke type thing. But if I was to buy it, if I was part of the group that buys it, I'd probably look at going back to, and that would be my ad campaign. I'd go back to the original formula of spices.
Okay.
So we're out there. All right, Johnny, what do you got for us today?
Mine's already halfway gone.
So John's pina colada.
Pina colada. So I make these for my guests at my pool during the summer. Friends come over. This is just my own recipe. It has the basic ingredients in it of pineapple juice, cream de cocoa, and white rum and ice. Those are the bits. Then I add full pineapple chunks for a little freshness, and a couple of scoops of vanilla ice cream for consistency, or thickens it up.
Randall, what do you think?
I'm just checking out the industrial strength blender over there.
He's got it ready to rock and
He's
roll.
got to like crush all that ice.
We heard it going.
Yeah,
That-
it is.
This is really good, Johnny.
That's my KitchenAid from
Nice.
This is very, very good.
Delicious.
A nice pina colada. We don't have any audience members today, which is surprising because
Their loss.
they're lost. This is real good, John.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I gave all the leftovers to the staff.
Is that American?
Oh, that's
cherry?
great. That's great. No, that's the
Okay.
Luxardo cherry. I can tell you that right
It's a
now.
Luxardo cherry.
Is there a difference?
Yeah,
chunk.
there is a difference.
That's me just starting.
Ryan, it's a little picky about his cherries, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like. Well, I
Sure.
like the certain ones. I don't like the red dye number 6 or whatever they are. Number 5 red dye ones. I like nicer like cherries like Bada Bing or Luxardo or Starlino and stuff like that. A little bit better. My youngest daughter, also likes expensive cherries.
Yeah.
And tends to put like 5 of them in her ice cream when she makes it. I go, you can have one.
Now the Luxardo cherries, which you're referring to, do they have alcohol in them, or
No.
they're just used?
Yeah,
So
there is a
she's making a legal.
She was making
ice cream
illegal
juice,
ice
yeah,
cream. Don't get,
yeah.
yeah. There is one that does amaretto, which is really good too, but I don't usually use those because I don't want amaretto in my other drinks.
I should probably also mention that I used Diplomatico Planas white rum
Planas white rum
in the
from Venezuela.
Have you posted this recipe?
I did. I
And posted this on the page. Now, this Johnny's going to go back and make us something else, but stay right there.
Yep.
Randall approached me with this idea that he wants to do. You want to tell everybody what your summer idea is?
Does it go with the cocktail?
This is open. This is open to everybody because we were having a discussion about how I could try and worm my way into John's pool, and I was kind of like, well, maybe I can just float around, but I don't think. Recently, this week, I broke another chair. Sorry, Simone. Sorry, that chair.
Another chair?
Yeah. And so I'm a larger sized individual,
Right.
and quite heavy, and so I was hypothesizing that most pool floaty chairs probably couldn't handle what I would bring to the table. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you know you are banned from our pool.
Well, this might be
Johnny, did I tell
way
you
back
this?
in.
Wait a minute.
This
Did I
might
tell-
be the way back.
Wait a minute, Johnny, did I tell you this story?
Oh.
Randall decided to do a cannonball when the kids were little and had their friends over. Randall was going to do a cannonball. And three
They
of the
announced
kids,
it.
he announced it. I'll give you that. You announced it, all right.
They moved to the sides.
Which is their mistake because 3 of them ended on the outside of the pool.
I knocked them out of the pool.
I had a refill. Now this is I want to tell you, this is a
They loved
decent
it,
sized
by the
pool.
way. It wasn't-
Yeah, they thought it was great. This is a decent. The mothers on the other hand were not happy with Randall. That this is a decent size. This is like a 20,000 gallon pool. It's not like a tiny pool. Randall. It's not like I threw him in the kiddie pool out
And
back.
by the way, they weren't like thrown into the bushes. They were lifted onto the edges, and they were like, "Oh, that was fun."
All right, so Randall now wants to. Randall is trying to work his way this summer to getting because now he's going.
This is my.
He wants test facilities for his idea.
So I want to do a super modified pool float chair challenge, and you have all summer to perfect your design for us to judge on Labor Day. And really, if you look at the mechanism of what I'm doing, is like I just got to drag stuff to other people's pools and try it out under the auspices of doing research. But anything goes, and this is open to you guys. Like you could put a cooler
I
on
love
it.
Randall wants to get us into his
Well,
like
because
madness.
otherwise, I'm like some kind
Otherwise, you're really
lunatic
crazy. Yeah,
dragging
exactly.
crap into your pool.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
You're not
got
crazy.
some
Wait a minute,
ideas.
let me
I
get
got
this.
some
Let me get
ideas.
this. Let me. I just want to point out the strategy on this. If a lot of people do it, it's not crazy. If you do it by yourself, it's crazy.
Right. Oh,
But if
yeah.
a lot of people do it, then it's not crazy.
It's a thing.
It's
It's
a
a
thing.
fad.
It's
So
it's a thing.
if you streak alone, you're the only person who streak. It's a sex crime. If 100 people do it, it's a road race. It's like a special
Special
event.
special road race. All right. All right. So there you have it. So
I'm
Randall
not
wants to get us.
suggesting nudity. I'm
No,
saying
please.
get creative, modifying existing pool
So it's a
float.
pool chair float.
Right. Something
right.
that you float around in the pool.
Is it going to be motorized?
It can. The only thing that I would say is it cannot have external power, AC or DC, coming to the chair.
We need electricity.
Like if you have a battery that's running a little fan or something, that's not something, but something that I
Full
don't want
diesel
it to
engines,
be.
they're out.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
I'm just worried about the
John, you still have to do your
electricity
pool?
and extreme battery use in a pool.
I'm just going to point this out right now. Randall's is going to be nuclear powered from like Chernobyl, a piece of something from Chernobyl.
I would also warn against lithium batteries.
Lithium batteries
Right,
in
but I'm
water.
saying don't do
Not a good
anything
idea.
electrically dangerous.
Not a good idea.
But if you had like a paddle boat and it was driving a big fan, like you're down in the swamps of Florida, you could do like a fan boat powered thing, and it could be cooling as well.
Sure. All right, we got a couple minutes before we got to go to break. I'm gonna try to pull us out of this.
All right.
This
You want me to hold
downward
up this
spiral.
giant
Yeah,
rock?
we have Fever Tree sent us this box, so I figured we'd open it up.
I need to grab the rum and some cups.
Oh, you want to do that here? You want to take it over when you do it? I don't. It doesn't matter to me.
All right. I'm
But-
trying to figure out how you
Yeah,
get. Oh, here we
it's
go.
over. All right, so
Ooh.
we got
Ooh.
mojito mix. You get all the accoutrements to make a mojito, including the new Fever Tree.
Fever
John, this
Tree
is- you got a
mojito
whole
mix,
John, you got a whole bunch of new
I was
toys
just
now.
gonna say I got a whole
club
bunch of
soda,
toys.
and then some tools. You were looking for a spoon before,
I got
and now it has like a sieve
Hawthorne?
spoon. Is that what that is? A hawthorne?
It's not really a Hawthorne though.
No, it is kind of more of like
It's some sort of modified
a
thing.
strainer
That's pretty cool. So,
and a
all right,
mixing glass.
Johnny, you can take that.
Oh, boy.
I'm
Look
gonna
at
go
that.
have
You can take that, but I want you to do the other thing we talked about first.
I will do that.
All right, so John's gonna take that. We're gonna take a. We got how much time we got before break? 40
Enough
seconds.
time to tell
Enough-
people if you have an idea or a kind of a thought behind the super modified pool float.
You're really pushing this.
Really all summer, and then we will reconvene with our notes, possibly some pictures and stuff, Labor Day, to judge and see. If you have something that works, customize it, paint it a color, put some
Okay.
ribbons on it.
All right, we're on to you, Randall. Just
All
so you
right.
know, you were on to you. All right, Johnny.
I'm
Johnny's
afraid
the-
I may have hurt myself. My chances of
your
getting
chances,
in your
yeah,
pool.
exactly. You didn't have to. You didn't hurt yourself. You weren't getting in the pool anyways. All right, come on. You got to get us out of here.
All right. What are you listening to? You're wondering now, pool floats, all this other stuff, mojito mixes. It's the liquor talking. That's what it is here on WCRN AM 830 on your dial. We're going to take a commercial break, be back with more, but less of the nonsense, I think, and more about the alcohol.
Oh, sure. I don't
Okay.
think that's possible. All right. All right. So while we're waiting, we should try something. I got for you today. I know John's going to make us mojitos later on, a nice one. But this is Sundial Cocktails, which is a local company that does them, and they're going to be here for GinRummy today, which is 2 to 3:30 today at Julio's. It's a this one is Sunset Mojito with hints of mint, chocolate, and lime. 8% ABV. This is a 12-ounce can. All right, Randall.
Yeah, a hint of mint.
A hint of mint, but you also got chocolate in that, which makes it a little bit different than a regular mojito.
I do like the combination in like a little candy.
Do you?
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe. Not. All right, let's try this. See how it is. That's pretty good. That's really nice.
That's delightful.
That's really nice. And by the
refreshing.
way,
You'd have
You
to like
can't-
mint and chocolate though.
you can taste the chocolate, but
Yeah.
it's not overwhelming.
No.
though. But this is good. They're going to
Okay.
do their gin. They're going to do their rum and gin based cocktails today at GinRummy. They're one of the tables. I actually should tell you guys how many tables there are, right? Because I'm sitting there talking about
I
it.
thought
and
you said there were 35 tables.
I know, but I think that was just a stab for me. 37 tables.
Oh, yeah, way up.
37. I was
Way
way off.
off.
I was way off. Sorry, everybody. I hope everybody can forgive me that there's more tables than I said. I think they will.
Yeah.
This is good. I like this one.
This is a good one. You know what the most frustrating thing about eating a whole box of the Andes mints is, though? You have to
No, I
unwrap
wouldn't know that.
every piece
Yeah.
when you're eating like 30 of them to get like what one chocolate bar would be.
Are you mad because you have to do work?
Yeah, it just seems like a lot.
This we'll try on the thing. I don't think we have this yet. This is a Negroni that was done by Bully Boy, which is
Mhm.
gin based, by the way, and that's why we're doing it. But this was aged in a port barrel, so it's port barrel aged Negroni.
With
This is not even
a
out yet.
tie to our future secrets.
Yes, we have a couple other things that are going on this year, and this is tied to it. But I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag out of this one yet. But they sent us a sample of it, so I figured we'd try it.
Oh, fantastic.
Nose on it's perfect.
And I do like a bitter forward kind of cocktail, which that definitely shows those Italian bitters.
That's really good.
It's very different from that mint.
Yeah, this is real. Yeah, a totally different beast. But I figured we did one with rum. We're doing one with gin.
All right,
So,
we're coming back.
Good. I like this one. More on this later. We're coming back. Hey everybody, welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here, and it's of course GinRummy Day. We have our gin and a rum tasting today at 2 to 3:30 today at Julio's. So the weather's perfect inside a liquor store, so you guys should definitely be here. John just handed us out these really cool Miller High Life ponies.
Pony bottles. Yeah.
Pony
been a while
bottles.
since I've seen one of these.
So these are 7-ounce Miller High Life pony bottles, but he has added some. This is a spaghetti, John. Is that what this is? So it's typically it's called a spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
And it's Aperol. Oh yeah, you got to flip it. It's Aperol in lemon, and of course Miller High Life.
Freshly
together.
squeezed lemons in there.
Yeah.
Little Aperol.
Okay.
So I took out, these are 7-ounce bottles. So I took out about an ounce.
Yeah.
3/4 of an ounce of Aperol and 1/4 of an ounce of lemon juice.
Okay. On paper, this sounds terrible. It is not. It's actually really, really nice. We Geo dubbed these pink ponies
Pink ponies.
because of the little pony
It's like
Miller
a
High Life.
Wednesday kind of color. Yeah.
Yeah, so we dubbed these pink ponies. We're gonna call these, and it's really It's
really good.
surprisingly refresh. Didn't you think though when I suggested this?
I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
You thought it was going to be a negative experience.
I thought it was gonna be very negative.
Kind of like a lot of the cocktails I'm not sure about. It's kind of like in the same boat. And then they always end up coming out fantastic.
Yeah.
That's easy.
This is really like the great. Okay, so
Now,
we
how
talked.
available is this size? If
We just
trying
got a
to-
stack of them in.
Right, but I mean, typically,
You can make this.
9 ponies.
No, you can make these a spaghetti with
12 ounce.
the 12-ounce, no problem. But I love that these, and this is sort of going back to, we talked about the Ozempic, the mini cocktails, and one of the upsides I think of like these everybody coming out with these like mini cocktails and like something like this or these small beers like this, it stays cold, like you're always having your first drink because there's not that second half or the last third doesn't get warm. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, yeah, it doesn't have the time. And,
Well,
and
doesn't
it's
that
a smaller
exactly
volume too.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. It's time.
Right.
You have 2 of these, it's still 14 ounces instead of 12. So if you have 2 of these, but it really is sort of surprised me how good this is. When somebody suggested this to me, I was like, really? You're gonna mix Aperol in Miller High Life? And
yeah,
this is my dad's beer. My dad loves Miller High Life.
The champagne.
The champagne of beers, yeah.
And the beers. And
Do you think there's somewhere in France that's like,
what?
hey, we're the beer of champagnes?
No,
I don't think it goes both ways.
no, I do not think that, and I do not think.
Hey,
that.
by the way, we're the beer of champagnes.
Yeah, that
No.
doesn't really. Yeah, I don't think that really.
Well, when beer was like the hottest category, right?
I could see them saying like we're the microbrewery of France.
Yeah.
I forget.
You know what I mean? Like I could see somebody's like tying that. But wouldn't you use farm to table? I mean, that sort of thing. I mean, wouldn't you use that instead?
I've always been fascinated because it's like,
I'm working on this cocktail over here and I forgot one important ingredient.
Go get it.
Can you hand me the ice?
Oh yeah.
That's all I
Oh,
need.
the
I
ice.
can have me get it. That's fine.
the ice has it.
The ice has it.
I urge you, Johnny put it's actually what Johnny put out is actually very simple to make. There's only 3 ingredients.
Super easy.
And I would suggest that if you have Aperol at home, you do try this.
Give that one.
This is really, really good. It doesn't have to be Miller High Life, but it does have to be sort of that light, that light Pilsner lager style beer to do it with. I mean, don't do this with a stout or anything like that. I think you. I don't know. Maybe it would work. I don't know. Maybe it would
with
work.
that, but like
So
the
you need to-
design for this
It's
lighter
thought of
beer.
like it's not. It was. It came out in like Baltimore. I think was the first place that they had this. But I just figured it was. I was poo pooing the whole idea, and I said, "Well, we're just dumb enough to try it." It's fantastic. It's really good.
Just before the
shocked
break,
how
you
good it
said
is.
more on this.
Did I?
Yeah.
All right.
Which I've
What were you
heard
about to
is
say?
Yeah, you heard,
moron.
yeah, well,
that-
it wasn't. Well, here's that. So why don't we do this while Johnny's putting together that other stuff? Why don't we do this? Because I think this one is actually a really good one if I can find
Pass
our
it down.
lead-in music.
All right, I'm passing.
Here we go. Spanning the globe, we are proud to bring you Booze in the News.
That's right. The latest and greatest of booze news from around the world.
All right, this could have been under Booze in the News or the Gen Files. I put it under Booze in the News, but I figured this was a good one.
Yep.
You want to hear? Why don't you read it?
Kindergartner brought Jello shots to school and gave them out to students. A Pennsylvania school has launched an investigation after it said kindergartner brought Jello shots to class in the Greater Johnson School District, calling it an isolated incident. I hope so. The press release said immediate action was taken by the superintendent when staff became aware of the incident. So
can you?
they got them into the school, but once they were distributed, they got shut down.
They get shut down. Well, I love the fact that they took immediate action. What would that be? Taking away from the kids and doing the shot yourself?
Yeah, I'm sure they went right into the teacher's
lounge.
later.
The teacher's lounge for later.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
no,
So-
I bought the one where the guy gave his kid instead of death water, and they do look
Liquid
alike.
Death. He
Liquid
gave
Death,
Guinness.
yeah, and Guinness, and the cans do look sort of similar.
And they're
Okay,
the same
I'll
size.
buy that one.
They're the same size.
Jello shots to the kid that was accidentally sent to school. She knew she made Jello shots.
Better believe it.
So did they have two trays? Oh, while I'm making the Jello for the kids for school, I'll also make Jellos for the
Well-
party I'm having. Oops, I gave the kid the wrong tray.
So on the news release, they have a picture of the little, almost like condiment cup
Yeah,
filled with
Little polo,
Jello
little
shot.
polo 2-ounce cups.
But Jello shots can they be made in the Jello format and then you just cut up the gelatin?
Yeah, I don't
cubes?
see why not.
So I don't know if that's like kind of where,
Oh, you think it was done in a different way? You think they had maybe
like, I don't
cubed
think
them
they
up?
made them as like shots that you drink. So like, but by the way, I don't know any of this.
Teacher, these
Like,
Jello shots taste funny.
because I think that most parents would know they would get in trouble if they're sending actual.
Well, that's
Yeah.
and that's the
Booze.
point of doing that type of thing is it doesn't taste like booze.
Right.
Right.
So it's even harder to figure out.
All the kids are
So
all the kids
so
are
the
whipping
Liquid
around
Death,
like
we thought it was this was a mix up where
Yeah.
somebody went into the fridge and grabbed what they thought was a can of water, put it in the kid's school lunch. When he got to school, he wasn't paying attention,
Right.
pulled it out, and then at that point they discovered it, and it was like horrifying. Right, that's
Right.
an easy mistake.
Right. Exactly.
I think that a lot more easy mistakes can happen than what people, are like, oh, they packaged this stuff and pushed them out the door.
You don't know what
Like,
happens
Give these to all these kids.
Yeah.
Or they said, I made a bunch of Jello, and then they got.
I don't know
into
where
the
to put the
wrong-
rest of it. Here, give it to the kid.
Yeah, I don't know. But then again, people is crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't
I don't
pretend
know
to
if
know what
they're-
goes on in people's houses anymore. I'm done with that.
When we were growing up, there was a thing called grape juice, right?
Yes, it was.
So
Yes, there
so
was.
if you had teething problems or you had other things, alcohol, which is an anesthetic, was kind of like
I mean, like
given to
putting like
kinda
whiskey on your
calm down
gums.
stuff. And I don't know if it's a mentality that you're like, this isn't really.
Did you
hurtful,
call it your
but
special
now? That's so
That's
right.
calming juice?
Right.
No, I mean a lot of us are like teethed on people used whiskey. I mean, it's
Right.
exactly what
And
it is.
so, but now
don't know.
we're like super horrified with that.
Right.
And I'm just, when you're doing like, remember Capri Sun came out with that vodka based Capri Sun? I'm like, I thought
That's not a good idea.
that's not going to be good.
That's not a good idea. Hey, for the drink of the show today, we had Taylor Greger in, who is the guy behind Cape Horn Tequila, and they just launched their new Añejo tequila, which we tried this week.
Cape
Horn.
Horn.
Yes. Cape Horn. Did I say that wrong?
Well, if you say it fast, it sounds like you're saying Cape Horn.
Oh, no, it's not. It's Cape Horn. Cape Horn is the southern tip of South America, which has treacherous waters. And if you want to see Taylor's story, you can if you have like Amazon Prime and stuff.
It's a documentary.
It's a documentary, and it's really good. It's called Hell or High Seas. Fantastic story if you want to watch it. But he's using the tequila to fund special programs for veterans who have PTSD and through sailing and stuff like that. So that's what we're drinking today in honor of him. It's 80 proof. It's a 700 milliliter. We sell it here. We sold a lot. They're all signed upstairs too.
Yeah.
Because he was here. So anyone's we have in right now are signed.
Yeah.
Try it. See what you guys think.
2 of our customers who couldn't make Wednesday night actually came in last night specifically to pick this up, and while they were here, they tried it and they're like, "Oh my god, yeah,
Really good. That's really good.
And now there's a blue bottle, but this is the red.
The blue
red.
bottle is the añejo. The red bottle is the añejo. The blue bottle is the reposado, and the clear or white bottle is the blanco. So it only has red, white, and blue.
Yep.
And I told him he was going to do an añejo, and he said, "I'm not going to do an añejo." And I go, "Yeah, you are." And then here we are. Here's the añejo, everybody.
Delicious.
It's really good.
And
it's
that
veteran
is
owned.
The Cape Horn.
Cape Horn.
Well,
So
I can
I just-
imagine.
I know,
people
I know,
in-
I know, I
in-
know.
In a
I-
Spanish-speaking country saying,
So-
"Hey, horn."
No, yes, no,
What?
that's not what's happening. You went far for that one.
vanilla
So
on that's really nice."
actually, I just talked to. I was talking to Taylor, and I actually started talking to a couple other people about doing a veteran-owned event sometime in the fall, like late fall, and doing like something where like all the products are veteran-owned, and maybe use it as a thing to raise money for all of
I
them.
love that idea.
So I said, okay, you know what? And he says, like, he goes, if anybody could do it, you could do it. I go, you don't have to like challenge me. It's a great idea. Let me see what I can do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I am starting to talk to people. So if you know people that own, they're veterans that own like any type of beer, wine, spirits, that type of thing, we're going to be putting something together. I would probably say sometime in November because that's Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Is in November. I don't know if it'll be on that exact day, but we'll work on something where everybody can sort of get together and get like 4 or 5 products lines that we can do. So I think that would be something a lot of fun
Perfect.
and
Love it.
something to do some good too.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We got what? How much time? 10 seconds. Well, we don't have time to do anything else, but have Randall get us out of here then.
10 seconds is enough to launch into our commercial break from It's the Liquor Talking. Let's do the countdown, and we'll see you on the other side with more of the program and a taste of this mojito that John kind of cooked up. So
All right.
please stay tuned.
Beaver tree.
Beaver tree. All right. No, like seriously, these are really
I
good.
know. I drank.
This is actually freaking dangerous.
I drank half mine. I actually drank my entire pina colada. Shocker, shocker. Like,
John, you know you have to work the rest of the day.
yeah, exactly.
That's why he's drinking.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
That-
I don't
Like,
blame
oh
him.
boy,
I could
another
not-
Saturday.
I could not let that pina colada go to waste.
I got to let you guys know too that we've been talking about this, and I probably should say this on the air. Deanie's Teenies is finally in stock upstairs.
I
They
saw
just
that.
came in.
Yeah.
Deanie's Teenies. So we had John from Deanie's Teenies on a couple weeks ago. And
Fantastic.
they are now in the store. They're up front. Just asked by register 3. So they are here, and I had a couple people asking me about it. It's good to go.
Fabulous.
All right. All right. I'm just looking for some stuff that we may not or may not have done over here to see what we got. We did the tumbling dice. We did that.
We've got the French toast whiskey.
Oh yeah, we haven't done the French toast whiskey. You want to do that?
Yeah, thank you, John.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Thank you, John, for reminding me.
This
Of
is-
that.
Well, you
This-
dodged that bullet before.
Yeah, but we've been dodging this for a couple weeks, and I want to get this done. So let's do it.
It's the land of a possible 1,000 lawsuits.
So French toast whiskey is a new one out. They got drink recipes on the back. It sort of looks like a cereal box sort of looking thing.
Now, didn't you say the packaging itself?
The box it comes in looks like a cereal box.
which is crazy.
Oh, well,
to me.
I don't know.
Who are they
Yeah.
marketing to?
Yeah.
No, they're marketing for adults.
Childlike
Listen,
adult.
the grown-ups.
Childlike adults. I think that Randall just nailed it.
Yeah,
right.
who kept their childish sense of wonder.
All right. So you know me. I don't.
Oh God.
I don't have, by the way, the cork is like lime green. I don't have a problem with
That's awesome.
flavored whiskey as long as you can taste the whiskey,
Yeah.
right? So this is smells like breakfast. It is 70 proof, cinnamon and buttery maple. So you get cinnamon and maple. All right.
Yeah.
They got some really good recipes on the back. I don't think this is very
I get
expensive.
butter and maple and cinnamon on the nose. All
right,
right.
did you
Has
try it?
everyone tried it? No.
You were waiting. You know what it smells like to me? You know the maple candies, maple syrup candies, the sugar candies. That's what it smells like to me, which is on the same lines as French toast. I can set aside.
Did you taste it?
I'm about
Yeah.
to.
Okay.
Very viscous mouthfeel, very coating, like syrup.
Syrup, exactly the first thing that comes to mind.
You know, I know, but
So you have to open your throat.
It's
And-
it's as advertised.
Does anyone know the reference? Okay.
it's
So
actually
we're
it.
drinking now.
By the way, it tastes exactly what it says.
It's as advertised for sure.
It's as advertised. It's a little too sweet for me,
Exactly. However,
but I think you could use this as an ingredient, Johnny.
Would you say you're more
Oh.
of a bitter person than a sweet?
you know what? Challenge accepted.
John's gonna. Well, there's a couple recipes on the back you might want to look at.
All right.
If you like sweet, if you like these kind of flavors, you're going to enjoy this. To me, I'm not getting a lot of the whiskey.
No.
I am tasting whiskey. I don't think you could
Yeah.
have done this with vodka. I don't think you could have done it with vodka.
But
No.
it's kind of cloying. This is a little bit too much.
There's one that says you can mix it with hot coffee, which would be
You
good.
know what this might be good as? Like instead of using simple syrup in an old fashioned.
Well,
Like
it's
you-
funny you should say that, Johnny. The brunch old fashioned, 2 parts of this with a dab of bitters and a dab of maple syrup. I don't know if adding any more maple syrup would it be good for this. Orange slice, cherry, splash of soda, stir and serve on a big rock in a big glass. But I think making a traditional one your way.
I think so. Just as a dash.
Why don't you use this instead of the
if this
sugar?
sounds interesting to
Yeah.
you, I think it's going to deliver on the flavor that you like.
All right, there you go.
I'm doing that today.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hello.
put in here.
Are we on? I guess we're on. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN. During the break, we've been putting this off. We actually tried French toast whiskey. It's cinnamon and buttery maple.
Great as advertised.
Would you do yay or nay on this?
Smells like breakfast. I think it gets a yay though. I mean, if we did a
Okay.
yay or nay, I think the answer is yay because it actually delivers at what it says. I don't think you could do this with vodka. I think vodka would even make it more sweet. So the whiskey sort of cuts some of that.
35 ABV.
Yeah.
So it's not high like it's not high in the alcohol like
Yeah.
a whiskey. I would say if you hear cinnamon toast, what is the name of it?
Buttery French toast whiskey.
French toast whiskey, and that sounds appealing to you, it's going to deliver exactly what it says.
Yeah, I think
To
you're
me,
right
it
on.
would get a nay on my personal taste. But if somebody's out there and they wanted to play with this, and I think you're going to try and do some cocktails,
John's going to
fun
try it.
stuff,
We've been putting this off for
I'd
about
say
4
it
weeks.
might be a yay. I think it's interesting to try.
Mm.
But,
Hey,
yeah,
Before we try the last thing Johnny cooked up from our fever tree thing, I want to tell everybody that Brooklotti, we have a tasting coming up this Wednesday, which is after Father's Day. So go to juliosliquors.com, go to the events page. You're going to buy this bottle for $55, which is a steal for this bottle. It's the classic Lottie. Usually is $60 or higher. I'm going to say 55, and you get to go to this tasting. And we're going to try the 18-year-old. We're trying to try some of the Octomores. We're going to try the Black Arts, which goes for about $600 a bottle. You're going to try all these things, including Chef Alina Eisenhower, those local chef celebrity who's been on Beat Bobby Flay, and she won Sweet Genius. She's been on Cupcake Wars. She's going to pair 3 of the whiskeys with food that night. And we're trying all the Brooklotti, like the high-end Brooklottis. It's an elevated tasting. So basically, it's $55 to go, but you get to walk out with an over $55 bottle. And what a great Father's Day gift.
right. So you give
So
the
if you
gift
screwed up and
tasting as
forgot.
the gift,
Right.
You can go with the event. They get the bottle and taste the stuff. Obviously, you're going to have to buy it's per ticket, right?
It's per ticket. It is per ticket, but it's a great one to give to your dad. And if you forget, by the way, you can still buy these if they're available, and we
Up
haven't sold
until
out.
the-
You can
yeah.
buy them until Sunday. So if you screwed up and you forgot,
Have they
your
been on
dad's a whiskey.
sale? Have you been selling some of
yeah,
them?
I think we're
Yeah.
probably halfway through.
This is
so
a great gift because, of course, everybody's got their obligations and running around on Father's Day. And maybe you want to have a little time, so dad gets to do the obligations with the siblings or whoever. And then
be the hero.
Right. You can come in after the fact and just
Dun,
kind
dun,
of.
dun, dun. Dad, look what I got for you. Chapelina Eisenhower is going to pair up the whiskey. You get food. You get to try all these great whiskeys. And it's a lot of guys and gals who like the same thing that you do.
In my family, there is an unspoken award called the Golden Child. And this is how
It's obviously
you get
spoken.
the Golden Child. Well, no. I mean, it's not like you can never, the parents can't acknowledge it,
Oh, okay.
but everybody knows who the Golden Child is.
It's Randall.
And
Jacobs.
that's going to be the person who gives this as a
Gail
gift.
Bird, who's listening to us on Facebook, is Randall, in fact, the golden child?
No.
You can answer on Facebook if you like. Your mom's listening today.
Yeah, I know. And she's sitting there going, yeah,
Yeah, not the golden
I think
child.
he needs to step up his game.
Yeah, well, maybe that might be the case. All right, so we opened up the box of Fever Tree with the new Fever Tree Mojito mix. Johnny took all the accoutrements and made us the mojito with the Fever Tree mix.
Yep. So I just followed the recipe on the bottle. It's right there for you. It's the Fever Tree Mojito mix. And actually, I think just to help Randall promote his table today, you're doing Denizen rum.
Yeah, Randall's going to be at the
I
Denizen
am.
rum table.
So I used that, and then just a splash of Fever Tree Club.
Well, you used it because it's a great rum.
I did.
You found out after the fact that
Exactly. We didn't know that. So we decided what rum. We're like, well, that's a good rum. Let's use that one. We forgot that you were actually doing the tasting on that. So
yeah, I'm forgettable.
no,
Come on
well,
now.
okay, yes. This is really good.
Yeah, delicious.
So Johnny, how is this to make in comparison to making a traditional mojito where you have to do the muddling and all that
So
stuff?
there's no comparison. This is way easier. I was able to make this right here where I'm sitting while I was talking to you guys at the same time. I didn't have to go over to the bar. I didn't have to get any tools out.
Just so you know,
Right.
John can walk and chew gum at the same time, Randall.
Sometimes.
That's right. If you're easily distracted or have ADHD or ADD, this is the perfect thing to throw together a drink.
Listen, if you have a bunch of people coming over, you go buy some sprigs of mint, right?
Yeah.
You make it this way. You throw a sprig of mint in there and walk away.
That's exactly. So
Golden Host.
I would say
Golden Host.
Just because we're here and I was limited in what I could do, I would say if I were to make this at home, I would serve this over crushed ice.
Yeah.
And then I would take the mint and I would spank it.
Are you slapping your mint again?
Slapping.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Slapping your mint?
And then you put it in there.
All right.
Wow, a little wedge
So-
of lime.
Yeah, you dress it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
with a wedge of lime. You got
This
it.
is a cool promotional box, but
Right.
this is
Not the way this
for
is.
sale.
No,
But
this
the
is some.
components are here, and
Right.
that is the Fever Tree Mojito mix, and then
And
there's
we
a
have the club
bottle
soda
with
right
the club soda.
And the Fever Tree Club soda. That's it. You
Yep.
buy those two things. And like Johnny said, if you want to do, a wheel of lime and a sprig of mint to dress it up,
Yeah.
you certainly can do that.
There's a cool spoon, and if you click
But
to my
that-
webpage, I'll show you how to drill holes without making burrs of metal that go into your stuff for your own custom spoon.
I can't get you to post on Instagram. You're gonna tell
Yeah.
me you have a page that you work on.
Do
Listen,
you-
the other thing I wanted to
First of all,
tell.
do you want me to have a page where I'm showing?
No,
people
I
how
do
to
not.
drill holes
I do
in
not.
spoons?
That's no.
No, it's
Are
terrible.
you gonna do sort of videography on your pool chair as you're doing it? Are you
Well,
gonna
top
document
secret
it?
until
Oh yeah, but you don't have to release the video until it's done.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I see
testing
this
may
going
happen
nowhere.
after.
Joe,
So if you
just so you
hear
know.
things late at night, let me just ask this question to both of you.
Yeah.
So there's a little disturbance by the pool area at 2, 3 a.m. Are you armed? Are you?
Yes.
Am I in danger if I'm
There's
testing at late night
definitely a
testing?
baseball bat involved.
Okay.
You
all
are
right.
taking your life in there.
Your own hand.
So I'll just
And by the way, it's not us; it's our wives.
I'll give you a little warning. So my next door neighbor, it's kind of like a little mini farm with
Yeah.
coyotes in the neighborhood.
Oh.
You might hear a gunshot. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay home.
Well, I mean the public pool in Medford, they have like this fence around it. So
Yeah,
you
why
can't
do you
get
think
in
they
there at
do?
night.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Do you think you know why?
Yeah.
You figure it out. You're a smart guy.
When I grew up, our house was in front of a cemetery. And the cemetery was on the lake. And
They,
so every weekend,
yeah,
people during the day would drag coolers down to the lake
yeah.
and then hop the fence at night to party in the cemetery.
Ah,
Across the lake is the police station. So you know how water
yeah.
sound
Sound travels
travels?
across water like
Every weekend,
the
cop
police would
cars
show up.
around the cemetery and just get drunk people falling out of the cemetery. But if you were paying attention and you knew your family was having some kind of get together or whatever, I could sneak into the bulrushes and the reeds down by the river and pull out full coolers of beer before the party, cherry pick stuff out of it, and then put it back in. So
What was this?
just-
Was this it? Was this in was this in Manhattan?
no, this is in Patchogue on Long Island, Mill
Patchogue.
Pond.
Mill
if
Pond
you
and
want to look
Patchogue
up
Line.
the map, and I lived on Jennings Avenue by
He
Cedar
doesn't.
Grove
No one in the
Cemetery.
family lives there anymore. So
Right,
it's fine.
exactly. So there's
You just gave away somebody's address. That's just a peaceful, loving family that lives there now.
I just think that a lot of
Thank you. They're
people
thanking you right now.
get into pools and water late at night.
Yeah.
You know, and this is for testing purposes under the cover of secrecy and darkness. But I do realize that it could be dangerous in your houses.
You know what? I'm just going to pour some Brooklotti right now because after that story,
Things we no longer have to do as adults,
that's right.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like if you want stuff, you just go to the liquor store. If you just, want to have a party, you
Listen,
just have one. in your
Yeah, but you
house.
had to like it was cool because they'd all go by the Hayes Memorial, which
There
had
you
the
go.
rumor
Best said to Johnny.
that the kid died. He was in high school, and so they would all go to party at the Hayes Memorial.
No. This is Brooklotti. This is made on Isla, but this is not a peated whiskey. For those of you looking for something a little bit different, that's very, very tasty. But you never go to Isla because you don't like peated whiskey. The Brooklotti, you can get the classic Lotti, does not have any peat in it. So there's no smokiness to this at all.
This is why I bought a ticket, because it's a great deal for the price.
Mhm.
I'm getting a bottle of this. So I was
Delicious.
Because you can give it as a gift later on. Whatever.
like
It's
that
really
drink
good.
it. I'm
Yeah.
a huge Brooklyn
Really
fan.
good.
Yeah.
Even if you don't, make sure that there are tickets involved, but you can just drop it in if you're showing up at your parents' on Saturday. Oh yeah, I got you hooked up for.
I get you hooked up for
Yeah,
a tasty
one.
dad. Whatever.
Yeah.
Let all the other kids try and vie for their attention because you're going to have that solo one-on-one win later in the week.
All right. GinRummy today at Julio's, June 14th, day before Father's Day, from 2 to 3:30. Tickets are available at the door. So come on down, bring a friend. You're going to get a $10 back in a gift card, and you can bring a friend for free. So two of you
It's
can
the
come
liquor
for
talking.
the price of nothing, basically.
Thank
All
you
right.
for listening.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. I think we're out.
Heck of a show, gentlemen.
All right. We're going to hang up.
What was your favorite drink?
Thank you, sir.
The one that I completely devoured.
The pina colada,
Yeah, of course.
followed with the second of the.
The ponies.
I'm going to
Yeah,
stop
really
recording. That pony was really, really good.
Really, it's really good.
Stop that. We're going to leave. Bye, everybody on Facebook. Come see us next time. You could be part of our studio audience. Stop.